Random. That was random.
To another episode of the Random. How you doing, Stone? How was your fourth?
It was good.
What'd you get into?
Well, I had to get away from my house because it's crazy. So I went to my normal place.
Why is it crazy?
Fireworks. It's just too much.
You don't like fireworks?
I like them up in the sky, not like outside my window. I like to see them from a distance a little bit, but the ones that are really loud, like the bangs,
the thumpers.
Man.
Yeah, them.
Hearing that 50 times.
Yeah, that's,
in a row, it just...
It'll shake your soul.
So I just went to my normal spot and a little bar on the water and...
Good times.
Hung out there,
That's
saw the
funny
fireworks.
You said that about fireworks. Well, even though 4th of July has, came and gone, I got a couple stories. When I lived in Boston, it wasn't, it was South End, and then there's Jamaican Plains, and in the inner city, you're always going to have crime, one way or another, right? But man, these guys were clever. When you hear a Roman candle or something, you hear the and it has a rhythm. They would set off firecrackers, then all of a sudden you hear something go off rhythm. It wasn't another firework. They were shooting as they were shooting guns as they're shooting to mask the gunfire, right? Mm-hmm. And I was like, damn, these son guns are clever. Because you could definitely hear it be like, doom, doom, and then you hear the doom, 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 doom. It was different. But I was like, man, oh man, that was wild.
Yeah, I seen some people shooting off firearms in the air. During 4th of July.
What must go up must come down, right?
I guess
it does. Where's it gonna go? It ain't gonna go through the atmosphere to the where there's no the gravity's gonna have to pull it down somewhere or another.
I don't get it.
I don't get it either. Shooting up.
I'm not a gun person though, so.
I like shooting guns.
I'm not a gun person.
I like the math of it. That sounds sort of nerdy. You're like, oh, what math? No, like shooting long range. Because you got a low, like a sniper type thing. You got to know the velocity of the bullet, the wind, the target. So you got to do the calculations on the fly, right? Which is, it's like using your brain, right?
I got you.
So you remember Anthony Kataya?
Kind
of. Okay. So he lived at this house, right? And he, obviously a house, right? And across the street was a pond, right? And this is totally random. This is I don't know, we were talking about shooting, but this is whatever.
Well, we were actually talking about the 4th of July.
Yeah, 4th of July. Well, hey,
yeah,
we just navigate. We just go through it, So we're doing it. He had a BB gun, right? And it was it was across the road. It had been at least, I would say 150 to 200 feet out, but then 100 feet up, a tree and a bird landed on there, and we were shooting the BB gun and stuff. And so
killing animals again, huh? Killing animals again. We're back to this.
Oh man,
we're back to this.
Back to the animal.
Oh
dude, I'm gonna get a call from. I'm gonna get a call from that.
We're back to this.
Okay, this is crazy, right? Crazy. This is a good size distance. I never would have thought damn, I should have played the lottery that day, because I could, this is a far distance. It wasn't this some high powered professional BB gun. It was a 10 pump, BB gun, right? All of a sudden a bird land there, and they're Anthony and some other people are dude, you ain't whatever. And I'm dude, calculating to shot up. All of a sudden, right after I take the shot, the bird takes off, right? Takes flight, and then all of a sudden, I hit the damn thing. Mm-hmm. I was like, no way. I felt bad. I was I didn't think I would ever hit it.
Oh, yeah, of course not.
No. It was a good far distance with a BB gun. Right. I was like, hell no, this is never going to happen.
Right. Yeah.
Sure shit no. But they were all dude, you sniper, bro. I was yeah, but I didn't think I was gonna get it, but it is what it is, Snapping turtle must have got him or whatever. But And I fed something. I gave food to something, but I couldn't believe it. They're like in awe. I was like, I can't believe I did that. To this day, if you ask him, he'd be like, yeah, that was probably one of the craziest things ever. But back to 4th of July thing. So, you know, when you're a kid, or, you know, I guess it's with anybody. It doesn't matter what sex you get excited when you get a new item of wanting to like open up an item or something that you really want.
Like on Christmas?
Whatever it may be, like a new toy or, you know.
When you're a kid?
Whenever. You don't have to be a kid at any age. When you're excited about getting something, you're just like, I want to get it, you know. I'm going to open it and, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know what I'm getting at, right?
I'm a simple man.
You don't get excited about getting anything?
Not really.
Yeah, that's a shame, bro. I used to be like that. You got to raise your vibration up.
I like giving gifts. So.
You do like giving gifts. And no, this is true. This dude likes giving gifts, but he doesn't like receiving them. I was like, what? I was like...
Because I feel like whenever I get a gift, I feel like I owe you then. Like, I don't want to feel like I owe people stuff, you know?
No, but that's the reason thing is you think about it, is people want to give it to give you something to make them feel good too, because they appreciate you. So you just take it as like a token of appreciation of friendship, right?
I get it.
I know, but like,
I get it.
Obviously you don't get it, because when people give you something and you're like, no, like you're sort of like not like fulfilling that person wanting to give you a gift.
I get it.
So let it happen. Let it be. Like, I used to be the same way. I used to be seriously the same way. I'm like, no, you don't need to do that. No, you don't need to do it. And then now I'm just like, all right, you know, if that's what you want to do to make you happy, I'm about it, you know?
I just always feel weird when...
Don't feel weird, because they want to do that to make them feel better, right? That they're giving you something.
So you're doing it for yourself and not for me, actually.
Well,
you want to make yourself feel better.
Well, no, not that. Like, it's both. You know, it's both. Because I'm sure you're going to reciprocate it back, right?
Exactly.
So
I feel like I owe you. I feel like I owe you now.
It's not owing, but like, it's like, you know, that's what, yeah. I mean,
maybe it's just me. Like, maybe I'm just weird.
Dude.
I get it.
It's not weird. It's just, I'm sure a lot of people are like that, you know, because they feel like you said, you owe them, right? You know, like, tick for tack type deal.
Kind of.
But like, you know, it is tick for tack, but that's what like friendships
like
are.
One time someone got me a gift for Christmas, or I think it was Christmas, and we had never exchanged gifts like in life. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden one Christmas they give me a gift, and I'm like, well,
caught off guard.
Yeah, like I didn't have a gift plan for you because we've never done that before. Like, and I was just like, now like I feel like I owe you something. Yeah, like I don't know. It might just be me.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could feel like you owe them something, but like, you know, a normal person would probably think, you know, I would like to owe you something, you know, I guess. Like a good friend would, right? Because you just can't take all the time.
Right.
That's not a relationship. A relationship is a give and take.
I would just say, like, if you're going to do Christmas and, like, think about getting someone a gift, like, talk about it with them first. Like, hey.
Absolutely.
Maybe we should exchange gifts this year since we've never done it before.
I think talking and clearing the air is the best way to do it. Clear the air.
we've known each other. This actually happened. This actually happened to me twice with two different people.
Oh Lord!
And just a gift like out of nowhere, and I'm like, we've never done this before. We've never gotten each other a gift like ever.
Checking your wallet, like how much?
I known you a long time, and we've never like gotten a gift for the other person on Christmas.
True.
And it just like
that's an awkward moment.
Because I was like, well, I ain't got nothing for you because we've never done this. Mm-hmm. So
your life's just like,
I don't know.
Yeah, that's a little weird situation. But
and then like, you know, just hate getting on this tangent, but like let's say you get someone like an expensive gift, and then they get you a little something.
Yeah,
and you're just like,
go there.
Or the other way around. Let's say like they get you something expensive, like really expensive.
Come harder the next time.
Exactly, you owe them. like let's say like someone got me something really expensive, but like I didn't know that we were up in the game like that.
Yeah,
Like
I
now,
see what you're
now I got to
saying.
get you like
But that's like materialistic things, like, and that's tough, and that's
the
what
whole.
we're all based
It's
on, like
just
society.
the whole gift giving
Yeah,
process.
yeah, I get it. And they always say it's like from the heart, the gift. But like I know I've gotten like I could agree with you. You get something or vice versa, something really nice, and then you get something like, what the fuck is
You get
this?
them something like
Like,
from the heart,
yeah,
like something really nice that
yeah.
they're really gonna
And then you get
feel,
some like
and you get some socks.
bunked, yeah, like yeah, right, some
It's like-
socks,
I'm just
right,
like-
and socks you don't even wear probably too, some big ass woolly mammoths. Like, what am I gonna do with these things? Like,
Why are we exchanging gifts?
I don't
Like
know.
this isn't the math ain't mathin'. Like I don't know.
That's a tricky soap right there.
So that's why I
Or
just
slippery
like
slope.
I like handing them out, and
Yeah, I get you. Yeah, that's a good. Yeah, that's a tough one to go through. To navigate.
I just got on that
It's
tangent. Like,
yeah, it's tricky. No, I could see what you're saying for sure. But back to
that's why the 4th of July is my favorite holiday of all the holidays.
really,
Oh yeah,
I'm surprised.
I mean I don't like Christmas.
I don't really like Christmas either.
Thanksgiving is okay. I mean, Thanksgiving and Christmas are good
tired
because
of
you get to
turkey.
see your family and
Yeah.
everything. But like the whole thing is just kind of weird sometimes.
Yeah,
Say Halloween is my second favorite
Halloween's
holiday.
my first.
I'd
Right?
say that's my
I have to say
second.
that's my first.
The 4th of July, like I do like the fireworks, like
Mm-hmm.
in the air, and it's summer, it's warm, and
Mm-hmm.
and you like grilling out and cooking out and
True,
everything, and
Love grilling. No, 4th of
it's
July
just
is.
4th of July is just always good times.
I think 4th of July is like my second. Obviously Halloween's my favorite. For multiple reasons. But 4th of July. I was telling everybody to like, what do you do? I had to work actually, and I was like, man, if our four founding fathers, like, we're seeing what our nation is going towards today, they're flipping over in their grave.
What does that mean?
But like just the way like we're going, like they made the Constitution, and like no one's obeying it. Like the Democrat, and there's no checks and balances anymore. People just do what the hell they want to do to benefit themselves.
I don't know if the forefathers would be upset with that.
Well,
I mean, you got to think about the time they lived in.
sure.
Like they might have been happy. Some of the stuff that's going on has been going on. You never know.
I don't know.
I mean, we don't know. We don't
never know.
We don't know them personally.
Yeah, but no, we don't. That's a good perspective of looking at things, But I just, the whole like we're not supposed to have monopolies. There's monopolies everywhere. There's companies just gobbling up other companies, making their companies bigger. Look at all the you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can't even. Like, small businesses can't even survive anymore, Like, they just get shut down because of big box stores and everything. Like, I remember there used to be, personally, like, owned or privately owned, hardware stores, grocery mart, blah, blah, blah. Now it's just, like, the big box stores, just gobbling up stuff. And, like, come on now.
I'm not necessarily against that.
No, really?
I mean, it's kind of nice going to, like, a Walmart, getting whatever you need. Like, it's kind of nice. Not gonna lie.
I like the small. I like them both. I don't know. I like them both.
I'm not hating on small businesses.
Yeah.
Like,
I like the person. I like the get more personal with people and talking, and then you know what I'm saying. And
yeah.
you know me, like I always chalk it up with everybody
And you know me, I go at fucking 6 a.m.
to beat the
when,
rush. And
when no one's there.
Yeah.
Like,
That's actually smart. I did that this morning. I went to Heinen's like at 8:30 this morning, so I don't have
so
to,
much better.
I don't have to deal with it. Like I don't, the rush and everything. But back to the 4th of July thing now. Whoo! I've done some dumb stuff, and there's some crazy stories for 4th of July. So let's go start off with the unfortunate one, and then we'll end up with the funny ones at the end to just sweeten the pot. So this one 4th of July party my friend invited me to, it was in Manaway, and he's like, man, they have like one of the best firework displays. They spend, crazy amount of money, whatever, And did I tell you about this story about the dude? Wait, I don't know if I did or not. But anyways, there and everybody's having a pretty good time, and I see this young man, and I was probably about in my early, I don't know, maybe 18 or something, 17, and right around that, and I see this like younger cat. He had to be like 16 or something, and he had his arm missing from the elbow down, right? And he was like sort of like down and out, and I was like, he was like all by himself, and I was like, what's going on? I had to see what his deal is. I was like, why are you so down? You would not believe the story you told me.
He lost an arm.
He lost his arm. Okay, you want to know how? I'll tell you.
Alligator.
No. 4th of July. Him and his little sister were too close to the fireworks that they're lighting off. And somehow the sparks lit off the whole thing. End up taking his little sister's life and taking his arm.
Damn.
I shit you not.
He probably hates the 4th of July.
If you looked at this young man's face, you could tell he did not like it at all.
Damn.
Like, change his whole, like, he was by himself. Like, everybody's, like, kicking it and everything. And I was like, I had to investigate. I was like, I had to go and see what's up with this young man and why he was, like, sulking almost, And he's like, I don't like this holiday at all. I was like, really? What's going on? And then he told me this horrific story. I was like, I could see why, and they were younger. I don't know. I didn't really want to like pry or push the fact or get in details, Enough was enough when he said, because you could tell like it really affected him when he said, when he's talking about his sister and stuff. And he's like, I just don't care for it anymore because of one simple accident. So just to, good, just to show you, like, even though his fireworks are fun and stuff, like, they're still an explosive.
I've never lit off a firework.
Really?
No, I think the most I've ever done is like a sparkler.
Oh, well, that fits your speed. That fits your speed, bro.
That
fits your speed.
That doesn't count as fireworks.
No, that's like a.
I've had like a sparkler before. That's about as far as I go.
Yeah, I don't call that like a crazy candle or something. Yeah, no, fireworks. Yeah, no, they are. Whoo-wee. Speaking about the fireworks, when we had, I told you this story. So when we had you all over my place, for that 4th of July, and we had, I bought all them fireworks, right? So back to like when people are getting excited, and they can't, when you get something new, you don't read the instructions or like, you know what I'm saying? When you're a little kid or you get like all worked up and amped, you're like, oh, I just want to rip this open and get into it and just, get at it. Shouldn't do that with fireworks, bro.
You think?
Yeah, I wasn't thinking. I was too excited to let this sucker off. I was like, oh man, I got these big ass mortar things. They're like supposed to go 150, 200 feet in the air. And and so I'm all pumped up, jacked. I'm just like, let's do this. And I was like yelling at my neighbors. My neighbors and I have a great relationship. Awesome relationship. And that, by the way, you should be more friends with your neighbors. Be friends with your neighbors because that's the first person line of defense with your home. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, who's going to know what's going on and who's going to be peeping at your house? Your neighbors are watching people coming in and out, whatever it may be.
I'd agree with that.
Always be friends with your neighbors. Treat them like you want to be treated yourself. Like, that's for real, for real. Like, they're going to be there before the police, before fire people, firefighters, everybody. Anything goes down, they're going to be the first line of defense. So always be kind to your neighbors, have a relationship, chalk it up with them, treat them good, get them some dinner, whatever, cook them a meal, show them that they're loved and everything, because that's huge. Because like I was thinking about that, I was like, man, I have good neighbors, and we like I give you guys food and stuff. Like I do that all the time with them. We exchange food, dinner, whatever. But anyways, so I was so excited about these fireworks. Like that little kid in me just took off and ran with them. And I told my neighbor, Maddie, I was like, I'm about to let these one of the son bitches up. Like, you ready? And he's like, yeah, I'll be out there on the deck, you know. I was like, oh, yeah, you'll definitely see it there. Well, my goofy ass, knowing that it's a mortar, I'm like, damn, you know, you're supposed to get a mortar tube. You know, the tube, well, there's like a tube, like a paper towel tube, but it's not paper towel tube. It's like plastic, and it has a base on it. So when the charge goes off, it has the tube and it shoots it up in the air, right? Well, I was so excited. I was like, well, and I talked myself out of it. I don't know how I talked myself out of it, that there's not supposed to be a tube, but I talked myself out of it. So I'm setting up this charge, right? It's about the size of a tennis ball or something. And I put it on, you know, some cinder blocks, and I light it. And then all of a sudden when I light it, just the power from the fuse shifted it. I was like, oh, I had like that oh shit moment, you know? I was like, this firework's about to light my ass up, you know? So I just started hucking it behind the tree, just whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. All of a sudden, boom! My ears instantaneously ringing like bad. This shit was not supposed to do that. Like, this thing was supposed to go in the air. Like I said, I talked myself out. I was like, well, maybe it'll just go up in the air by itself, you know? My neighbor goes, hey, Michael. I don't know why I'm doing a southern accent right now. I don't. That was totally out of pocket. Let me. I don't know, because it was like a situation. I don't know. I shouldn't have done that. Oh my god! It was really back. He's like, Michael. I was like, yo. I was like, what? Because my ears are ringing, and it's like you could just hear him say, like, you know, some of my name, and he's like, he's yelling, you know, and I'm like, yeah. I was like trying to hear. I was like, hold on. I ran. Yeah. Hey. I don't think it was supposed to do that. And I was like, I don't think so either. I think I had to rethink this. So I looked at the package and stuff. They packed the mortar things, the tubes, at the ends of the packet of the mortar things really good in the cardboard, you know, the display box, that like you couldn't even see them unless you tore apart the whole box, you know? So they were hidden inside. You know, the charges, you had like the real nice display of all the charges, and it was at either end under the cardboard of the two mortar things, the like, you know, tube things to use. I was like, wow, I feel like a straight up donkey right now. Like, I could have blown my ass up. If that charge would have went towards my direction where I was running, oh, dude, it straight shot like 50 feet, like into the woods. You know, it was like a damn, like, claymore went off. Like, I was like, damn, dude. It was huge. I was like, man, I really should have read the instructions and where this mortar thing is, because it could have really went bad, like sideways real quick. Mm-hmm. And my neighbor was like, he's like, Michael. He's like,
Southern accent
yeah,
again.
there it goes again. There it goes again. He's like, you crazy son of a bitch. He's like, hey, you got to read that shit more. I was like, yeah, I know. I'm sorry. He's like, but damn. That shit was nice though. Like, it was a real pretty purple and white, you know, colors. But he's like, damn, that was loud. Because when it's down at your lower level where you hit your ears, you know, and your eardrum, and not like 150 feet up in the air, when it's down low, that shit is loud. Like you're saying outside your window. Like, I mean, it is like, you feel feel the shock wave. It was unbelievable. I was like, thank God, like, God didn't like have me get blown my ass up, because geez, that would have been a bad thing. Like, you guys would be coming over the next day and be like, dude, why are you walking all funny? I took a firecracker in the ass. For real. It would have just been shrapnel, you know. But another time, when we lived in the cut, when I used to live in cut on Eggleston, we had 8.5 acres, right? If you MJ's flickers, if you would have went through his woods, you probably would end up at my old house. I don't know if you knew that, but anyways, we had a lot of acreage, right? So my old man, he knows I'm a crazy son of a bitch. He's like, dude, I can't give you them crazy fireworks because you'll blow your hand up or do something. Well, I did something. That's for sure. Well, I found them fireworks because, my dad hid them, obviously, for me, And it was just like little fountain, little sparkler things and whatnot. And we were probably around, I'll say 10 years old, right around there. And so, we were like, we found them. And I was like, oh, let's go and light these off, Let's go, my friend, it was a Blaze. And my neighbors at the time didn't even think about it. And talk about, a big mistake. Luckily, we didn't get in trouble for it. But so whenever you let a firework off, make sure you have some water nearby in case you get a dud, Go ahead.
I don't know anything about fireworks.
So a dud is like the wick doesn't light off the charge, and it just like fizzles out and it doesn't actually go off like it's supposed to. Okay. Sometimes you'll have them. We call them duds, or I don't know. Am I a pyrotechnician? I don't know. But a dud. We just call it dud, right? Mm-hmm. So we're lighting these fireworks off and we're like, yeah, cool. And then this one didn't light off and didn't think anything of it. So we just kept on going deeper in the woods. And mind you, like I said, it was 8.5 acres, so it was quite a bit of acreage. Well, then all of a sudden, we're like, listening to the distance, and I'm like, dang. But you hear them fire sirens and shit? And I'm like, oh shit, they're getting closer. And I'm like lightweight nervous, like what the hell, like, you know what I mean? Like what's going on, And, if it's a house fire, you can see the smoke relatively quickly going up, And we're just like, like I said, young kids, we didn't know anything. Well, so we had like a tow path for the four-wheeler, right, that we would use to, go back, but in the middle of like the wooded area, like it was like not super big wooded. It was probably cleared at one time, but it was filled with hawthorn bushes with those long-ass thorns and blackberry bushes. I mean, it was just like a gauntlet of thorns. I mean, not even joking you. Craziness. It was just like, just thorn heaven, right? Well, all of a sudden, I was like, we better not go to towpath, because I was like, damn, those sirens sound close. Real close. Too close. So I'm thinking, and this is how like crazy thinking I was, like, thinking about like, well, we better go in the middle so they don't think we're over by where we were. You know what I'm saying? Because we were over here and we're going to go through over here. So if we go through this way, they'll think we lit it, right? Or started a fire. So we came from the opposite direction through the thorns. I mean, we got scratched up, but we deserved it. Come to find out, that dud, mind you, it was drought. We had a real bad drought that year. Hence, we should have some water, right? That dud, guess what we did? We ended up burning like 3 acres on accident, bro. 3 acres.
Wow.
Like that. Like within minutes. Right? Is right.
I wonder how many animals died in that one.
I knew you were going to say that. Gosh. I knew you were going to say that. But I was going to say this story. I was like, here you go. Hurting animals again.
Wow.
You crazy son of a bitch. Like, come on now.
You
know I love animals.
You're lucky that wasn't California. Shit.
Yeah.
They get those huge forest fires out there.
No. The thing is, there's a big gas line back there, too. Yeah. Didn't know that till later.
That would have been nice.
Hell yeah, that would have been nice. Boom.
Yeah.
Boom. Even though it's a metal pipe, But
so the dud, eventually caught on fire?
Yes, and you have no clue.
How do you know it was the dud?
Well, because it didn't go, do its, little show,
Yeah.
So we just left it there. We didn't even think about burying it or anything, being dumb about it.
How to catch though?
I don't know. Like we stood there for a while, like to see what happened, right? To see if it would like ignite, but it didn't do it. I don't know how it did happen, but I don't know. It could have been just by the sheer heat of like it not going off, but a chemical. I don't know. Who knows?
I don't know.
Whatever it did, the universe is like, you guys are about to burn 3 acres. All of a sudden, there's fire guys with these pouches, these portable water pouches coming into the backyard. My old man, because we went through the middle of the gauntlet, through all the prickers and stuff. I mean, we're scratched up to shit. Like, we deserved it. We deserved it. Like, that was God punishing up for burning, maybe killing animals and insects and shit. Like, we got punished for it. For sure. Like, I'm like, oh. So my old man was the first one back there. He's like, what the hell? You know, what's going on here? Because they saw the smoke. We didn't see it, right? And because they were further distance, you know, we were closer, we couldn't really see it. Especially when we were younger, we were shorter. And my dad knew exactly what it was. Like he knew it was like, you little shits. It was you guys for sure, you know. He's like, get to the house now. Well, then all of a sudden you see all like probably like 6 or 7 of the firefighters with their packs on, trying to get. They're like, yeah. You know, it's a bad drought season this year. I mean, it could just go up. It could just go up sometimes. It just happens. And I'm like,
Random. That was
like,
random.
you know,
I don't know if I never heard of stuff going up like that.
Oh yeah, there's stuff that could do that.
Not like in Ohio, really though. Like,
oh, dude, well, that's like chemical oriented stuff. But if you have like a paint thinner rag and you leave it out, it'll like just self combust like in the heat. Yeah, for sure. And also, like, you never heard of like small particle stuff? You never like see people like throw cinnamon on a fire and it goes whoosh.
Cinnamon?
Yeah, cinnamon, like small particles or sawdust, and it just goes whoosh. It just ignites.
Why?
It has to do probably with the oxygen rate, and it's so small.
No,
and dry.
why throw cinnamon on fire?
I don't know. They just do. I just saw it on, you know, something. I don't know. I don't know why would they do it. Maybe they like the smell. A little toasty cinnamon.
Okay.
Who knows?
Right.
I don't know what people do, what they do. I just saw it. I didn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
I'd keep that cinnamon.
I don't know. I'm not a huge cinnamon fan.
Really?
Nope.
If you want a good cinnamon roll, go to Stone Oven at Cleveland Heights. Shout out. Like, that place is good. It's good. Don't go to the one at Eaton Place. I'm sorry, Eaton Place, but you guys don't have it down. The one at Lee and Cedar, good.
I do like cinnamon rolls, though.
You gotta have one of them.
Those are good.
Oh, this is. I mean, oh my
I
goodness.
haven't had one in like 15 years.
It's
maybe.
not like your normal like cinnamon roll that you get from Pillsbury Doughboy type thing either. It's like eating a layered cloud of dry skin. That sounds terrible to say, but it's like it's so flaky. It's like little pieces of skin. You know, what is that movie? Nothing but Trouble. You know, when Dan Aykroyd pulls his skin off and he eats it. You ever seen that? Tupac's in that movie, dude. He's like, he eats a piece of skin. He like pulls off his face. He's like, eats it. It's like that. It's so crispy. Like, it's that phyllo or phyllo dough. Like, I mean, it's just like layers and layers of goodness, you know?
Yeah, a little creepy. Mm-hmm. Oh, yes. This is a keeper. Oh, yes. All right, you're not going to put that skin in your mouth, are you? You did. Okay, that's just gross. Yes, salty.
It's crispy?
It's lightweight crispy a little bit. Yeah.
A cinnamon roll.
But they put the glaze on it, which would make it good, right? But it's like a croissant cinnamon roll. Oh, that's the best way to describe it. It's like a croissant. Oh, you hear my French right there?
Okay.
That was like very French. It's like croissant. Like, that sounded really
That's
good.
a little different. Okay.
It's different as
It's not
in
crispy.
good.
It's like flaky.
Yes.
Okay.
But yes, it's a combo because
But like, yeah, I guess
yeah,
you're
it's
right.
flaky, crispy.
Crispier.
It's flaky,
yeah.
crispy. Yeah.
Right.
Good combo. Excellent combo. But dang, they are dangerous. Dangerous. The lady's been working there for a long time. I don't know if she's still working there. She's a little Latina lady, I think she worked there, and she has the magic. I don't know what it is, but it's probably because she puts love in it. I tell you what, because if you put love in your cooking, it'll show. But man, is it good? Oh my goodness, is it good? It's like divine. Like, I mean, it's just like a cloud pillow of
Would you say facial skin or something like that?
dried skin. Yeah. Yeah, it's nothing but trouble. You see Dan Airport, he'll pull that shit right off his face. He's like, gobbles it up. He's like, oh, I'll save that one for later. You know? Hilarious. That's a good movie. It's with Chevy Chase and Demi Moore. Mm-hmm. Classic. You never seen that?
What's it called?
Nothing But Trouble.
And they eat skin?
Dan Aykroyd does. He's the judge. He's this crazy, wacky-ass judge. And they're in, like, this weird, like, junkyard, like, weird... I don't know. It's different. It's like in a rural area, and he's like the judge and his family and blah blah blah, and it's really strange. It's a crazy movie. I think it's hilarious. I think it's a good movie. If y'all need to watch a good movie, that it's a little bit weird, like I said.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, dude, it's funny. It is funny. Yeah, no, you take that, dude. Rips that skin off me. They save that for later. No. That's pretty funny. But back to the firework thing, right? 4th of July. Oh yeah, so I burnt that. Yeah, we burnt 3 acres down. That was like my first. Yeah, my pyro. Me and fire and I. Oof, when we get it going, we get it going. I get jacked with fire. I don't know why. I don't like water too much, though. You don't catch me swimming. I almost drowned a couple times, and someone did my my sun, moon, the astrological, things. And I'm a triple fire sign, I guess. So it makes sense.
I'm a water sign, obviously.
Ebony and ivory. Yin and yang. Shit. It's meant to be, right?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you love it. Whatever. Perv. We need to get you a glass bottle. Oh, yeah. Let's speak on that, too. Well, I just said it. I mean, you can drink metal, but you don't even know what kind of metal that is. I mean, I bet it's stainless steel. Probably. We need to get you a glass one.
I'm down for that.
I will get you a glass one. I'll get you a glass one too, Stan. And you drink water a lot? Yeah. No, I'll get you a glass one. Everybody should be drinking glass, and I'll tell you why right here. Crazy story. Another story time. So this dude I was working with, Alex, we were doing some work on this house, and nice people. And this is 2 crazy stories in one with that family. So he was telling me he just got getting his health back, and he was like almost deathly ill. Like they couldn't figure out what was wrong with him or what was happening with him. So he would, from what I remember, this has been decades ago. But from what I understand is he would get sick, he'd go and have a stint at the hospital, stay. Do all this tests, nothing would show up. He would start getting better. But then when he go back to his normal life, all of a sudden the cycle came back. He would get deathly ill, sick, really everything, underneath the sun. I don't know, he didn't really get to describe it, but he was getting really, really ill. Go back to the hospital. Get better, stay there, get better. And they're like, what is going on here? We done all the tests underneath the sun. Nothing is showing up what we think it is. They were really perplexed.
Sounds like an environmental thing.
Well, you would think so, right? Yes, environmental thing or something about your lifestyle, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Or where you live.
Correct. Or how you live, right? Mm-hmm. You hit it right on the button. What was happening is he would take his lunch at work and heat up his leftovers in a plastic container, which was leaching out the, carcinogens and all the nasty stuff into his food, and he was consuming it that made him sick. They finally figured it out. That it was the Tupperware that he was heating up in a microwave that he was consuming that was making him deathly ill. And he was explaining to me, he's like, it went out for like a year or two. They could not, like, it was like this vicious pattern until they figured it out, you know? But that being said, that's why it's important to have glass, because glass has such a high, melting point that the sun's never going to do anything to it.
People use Tupperware all the time and don't get sick.
Yeah, but you're not. I don't trust that shit. I don't.
Oh,
care.
I know that.
I don't trust none of that. Oh, BPA free bullshit. If you could make $1, like a little bit more pocket in your chain, you don't give a shit.
I'm just saying, people use Tupperware all the time.
I'm not just saying Tupperware, but I'm saying especially water bottles in the heat of the sun. You know what I'm saying? So it's leaching. That plastic is warming up and it's expelling into your water. That's why I say everybody you should always use glass. Now, metal fine. I think glass is better.
I hear you.
And I'm gonna get you guys all glass bottles. These Soma, yeah. Shout out to what is it? Yeah, Soma. These are good ones. I just bought another one because I broke my other Soma. The only thing is this cap. Like, you see how it twists? You don't got that son bitch tight, and you grab it by that. That's what happened. It fell. It broke it. Some lady was nice enough to help me clean it up off the pavement. I cut myself. But I was all right. I survived.
That was a good story.
It was a good story. But anyways, back to that. Back to Alex. Yeah, no, he was like, don't ever, the plastic thing. And I was like, damn. I was like, that is crazy talk. Like, I mean, he was like deathly ill. Like, I mean, really, really sick. Like, I mean, they didn't know what the hell was wrong with him. They couldn't figure it out. And thank God they found, because he's such a sweet guy. But they adopted two American Indian or Native American, whatever. I say American Indian because they're from America, or Native, whatever you want. I just want to be politically correct or whatever you want to be. They adopted two American Indian children from a reservation, right? Mm-hmm. Same-sex marriage, right? And Alex and his partner.
Okay.
And unfortunately, there's a high rate of fetal alcohol syndrome and all that, alcoholism in Indian reservations, from what I understand, what I've been told through them. And the young boy, because of that, had some cognitive disabilities. Good kids though, but he had some trouble understanding certain things. But anyways, we were painting the house, right? Some of the things there, and we were using oil-based paint. And the guy I was working for, I was like, hey, listen, you have to use paint thinner to clean out the equipment and stuff. So I was like, man, we got to get this paint thinner out of here and get properly disposed of, It's getting filled, close to the fill line. And it was almost like I don't know, it was a bucket, 5 gallon or 3 gallon, I don't know. It was a bucket full of thinner, right? I was like, we got to get rid of this. Guess what happened?
It combusted.
You're close. You're close. Is a difference, see? It got consumed. The little boy thought it was milk and fucking drank it.
Paint thinner?
Paint thinner that looked white like milk. After I just told the dude to get rid of this, that Friday or that before the weekend, it happened during the weekend. I get a call from the guy I was working for. He's like, you can't believe what happened. And I was like, I don't know, He's like, the little boy ended up drinking some of the paint that he thought was milk and started drinking out of the thing. And I was like, what? I was like, after I just told you on that day prior to get rid of it, and it happened that weekend, what are the chances, Did I manifest it? No. I would never would have.
I don't know.
I would never have little dude or little girl want to drink paint there. That's just crazy talk.
I don't know.
But end up drinking it, right?
You put it in the ether, didn't you?
I told him to get rid of the shit, yeah. Should have got rid of it.
Yeah.
That ain't my job. I'm running the damn thing. I'm just working there. I'm trying to help you out by telling them to get rid of this shit. Anyways, yeah, and they're drinking it. Had to call poison control, right? They're like, don't have him throw it up because it's gonna hurt him more because of the, the chemicals and stuff. It'll ruin his esophagus more if you threw it up, like with the etiquette, whatever it's called.
Okay.
And crazy, right? He turned out to be okay, afterwards. Long story, thank God, but. How awkward that would be, getting a call from the homeowner, hey, my son just drank the paint thinner that you guys are supposed to dispose of and just drank a bunch of it.
I'm glad the kid was okay.
Me too. Good kids. Cute little buggers. They're funny. They're always all up in our shit asking us like 100 million questions. That's actually like the second time I met somebody who actually adopted a American Indian, Native American child. The other one was down in Kentucky when I lived in there for a little bit. And this girl would ask you like that, 101 questions. Why are you doing that? And then what's that for? And I would just, entertain her by just talking to her, But I was like, her mom was like, you gotta let them work, But I was like, whatever, I don't care. The other guys are working. I'll sit here and talk to the kid all day. I don't give a shit. She was funny. She was a good little kid. But she didn't have any of the problems. Either did the little girl, though, or the other family. But that little boy, yeah, I felt bad for him. Speaking about doing stupid shit and getting the stuff you should not do, did I tell you about back in the day, you remember those glow sticks that we used to go to, like roller skating parties, the glow stick things, the glow rods, you snap it. Okay, now they're non-toxic, obviously, probably because of my dumb ass. Well, I'm not saying it's because of me, but I'm probably not the only kid who did this. But so back in the day, they were non-toxic, right? They were not supposed to be trifled with. They're made with stuff that you shouldn't be. Well, that's not non-toxic, right? Well, we came home from a roller skating party. I think we went to go pick up my sister or whatever. And what am I doing? I'm gnawing on that thing. All of a sudden, poof! The thing exploded in my mouth, dude.
Good.
I could have. Not toxic, bro.
Why are you chewing on it?
Sometimes, hey, I like chewing on things. Okay. I mean, that may sound weird. I chew gum all the time. I used to have lip ring. I had to take that out because I started biting on it.
There's a little difference between gum and a light thing.
Do you ever chewed on like a Big Pen, the top of the Big Pen thing?
No.
Oh, man. Chew on a straw? I'll chew on a straw all day.
Nope.
I mean, to each their own. I mean, some people got chewing problems, bro.
That's what gum's for.
Well, sometimes you don't have a piece of gum, Stone.
So you chew on a glow stick.
I was young. It was pliable, and I was like, once you start working on it and it gets a little tender, you're like, okay, I'm in it now. Then all of a sudden, poof, broke that bitch. Weak point. My mouth, and I'm like drooling glow.
That's hilarious.
Green, that yellow chartreuse tennis ball shit all up in here.
That's hilarious.
I look like a damn zombie. And they're like, don't, like this is not when you didn't have cell phones either. This is like, my dad's like, my old man's like, just spit it out. Just spit. Just spit on the damn carpet. Like, whatever. He was like, and that was actually the smartest thing you do. Come to find out that this shit is poisonous. I remember my old man holding me over the damn kitchen sink with Dawn dish soap. Hey, no bar, dish soap. That shit was getting all up in there. Like bubbles. Like just hold me out like just waterboarding me with Dawn dish soap and water. They're like, don't let him swallow it. Don't let him swallow it. Yeah.
I'm glad you went through that. It's probably a learning experience.
It probably did something to make me who I am, to be honest with you. Fucking like Toxic Avenger type shit. Like Ninja Turtle. I got the ooze or whatever that was. The ooze is from, I'm sorry. Let me correct that. That's from Power Rangers movie.
No.
Remember the ooze? Dr. Ooze?
Oh, I thought you were talking.
No. Teenage Mutant Turtles like T70, like T2000, T like.
The ooze turned them into the turtles.
Yeah, but it had a different name. It was like T something or other.
It was the ooze.
Maybe. I thought it was like some sort of, obviously some chemical thing. They had like a certain name.
Ooze. I think.
I don't know. I can't remember.
I could be wrong.
It's been a long time. But I remember there was Dr. Ooze, like the Ooze thing for not Power Rangers movie, the movie.
Okay.
The purple thing. The purple stuff. Anyways. Yeah, so with that, the glow stick and stuff, that was interesting. Now they're obviously, more kid friendly, but back in the day, they were not. And probably explains a lot the way I think and way I do things.
So, wait a minute. So they're more kid friendly now?
Yeah, they're not toxic now.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I said.
So if you just happen to chew through it today, then it's okay.
You should be all right. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You should be all right. I mean, yeah, that's what they say.
There you go, kids. Chew on your glow sticks. It's okay.
I mean,
it's okay now. It's
Don't
okay
chew
to
on
chew
a
on
glow
it.
stick,
It's okay
but-
to do it now.
Yeah, I wouldn't like, dude. You shouldn't be telling kids this shit because now they're gonna do it. They're gonna catch a case.
Well, they're more kids safe now. They're non-toxic, so
I don't know.
if you want to chew on your glow sticks,
you don't
go
know.
ahead.
It could be like that off-brand shit, and then all of a sudden, like they just say it's non-toxic, and and then all of a sudden, here we go, got like these kids eating glow sticks, and all of a sudden,
It's about to come a new trend because of you.
God forbid, God forbid if that starts getting going. I mean, holy smokes.
Oh, that'd be funny.
That would be funny. Like kids just posting like their mouth glowing, just drooling like zombies. Like, oh, look at me. Like, I'm infected. We learned that from the Randum. Crazy sons of bitches. I tell you what. Yeah, but yeah, no, that was. I remember the one dude sticking one of them in the microwave. I'm like, dude, what are you doing, bro? And it exploded on him. It was like some video this kid made, and I was like, it was so funny. His dad was like, you got it all over your good shirt. He didn't even give a shit about his son being like burnt by like hot glow stick oil or whatever. He's like, you got it all over your good shirt. That's something my dad would say. Son of a bitch. I'll tell you what. But yeah, what was I gonna go from there? There's another thing about the oh, God forbid. Oh yeah, with the whole fire thing. Yeah, fire me. Oof. It gets me going. Like I don't like. Yeah, it's bad. Do you remember when I burnt the baseball field on fire? Oh my gosh, what a dumbass. That was dumb. I think it was right after I got hemmed up with that, I think it was after that whole thing with me hustling on school grounds and got narked on. So I was like, I remember it was Matt and Mike Forpaw or whatever. They came over to the house there at summer school, and I was about to go out for something. I was all, ready to go. And Matt came over like, let's start a fire. I was like, man, dude, I don't want to start a fire. I got stuff I got to do. And then he kept on, like, barking at me. I'm like, oh, my God. Like, no. He kept on saying, let's go start. And, like, it got to the point where I was like, I just caved in. Don't ever cave in on anything, people. Just do what you think and hold your ground. Don't ever cave in. Be who yourself, because then it'll keep your ass out of trouble. And it's just better to keep it that way. Don't ever be the hunter, not the hunted. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't ever have a person dictate your situation. So, with that being said, we started a fire. Well, what did that do? Got me gaslit. Like, I'm like, okay, let's get this better. Again, it was a drought. Didn't think about it. I was like, oh, we'll empty out, what was it? I think it was like a French's mustard bottle, right? I was like, empty that out. We get it cleaned out. We'll put some gasoline in there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to write our names on the baseball field so it's like written on the field, you know, and you can see our names. And I was like, first of all, I look back at it now, I was like, that's probably the dumbest thing to do because you're just like pointing the finger right at yourself. I was like, dirt to dirt. Like, what a donkey, you know? What a donkey that was to even think about that. Well, here we go. Like I said, it was a drought. Hey, with gasoline, the vapor is more explosive than the liquid. I don't know if you knew that. But the vapor, dude, woof. All of a sudden, this, like, probably about, you know, a 6x2, like, thing that we wrote, you know, turned out to be a 20, maybe a little bit, 15x15 massive black mark right on the right field outfield, you know, the right field. Just went out of control. Mind you, where I lived at in the woods was Harmon Middle School, right? They had a camp of some sort going on too with the doors open. So they totally saw us. Donkey. Just straight donkey that shit. Wasn't even thinking. Have all the witnesses of the world seeing us doing this. Didn't even give a shit. Didn't even think this thing throughly. All of a sudden, it got out of control. I was like, oh shit. Like, so I was like running back to my house, getting, you know, buckets of water and everything. And all of a sudden, here the wee-woos. I was like, oh shoot, dude. And mind you, I was supposed to go out. Like, we had some sort of family thing going on, you know? And all of a sudden, that family thing got cut short because we got wee-wooed. All of a sudden, you know, the two other kids who initiated this whole thing, right? Since it was like my place and everything, they flipped the script on me and put it on me, and I'm the only one who got in trouble with that shit.
That's what happens when you light baseball fields on fire.
Yeah, I guess so. I should have did it in the damn sand. I wasn't thinking that. I shouldn't have done it in the damn grass like a ding-dong. Gosh. You know, some things like you just... Like, that could just go for everything and anyone and anything. Think about it before you do it. I know you're young and dumb and, like, you know, but, like, doesn't mean you have to be young and dumb, right? You don't have to fit that part. You could be young and smart. Go and be young and smart. I promote that so you don't do the same shit and been through the same things I've been through. Like, cut that shit out of your life and then you'll be getting it, you know? You'll be what you want to be. Not saying I'm not where I want to be, but it's stunning things because then I had to do all this community service. I take it back. I didn't have to do a lot of community service. This is really good. So this goes about telling about how if you work hard, you get things given to you, right? You know what I'm saying? If you work hard, things will happen. We'll just go with it. Don't give me that.
Okay, sure.
Don't be like,
sure.
You know? God, sometimes, like, you know, I swear, drive me up the wall.
Some people work hard and don't see the fruits of their labor.
Yeah, I get it. And that's a bummer. But they got, like, maybe they do. Maybe they're not looking in the right direction. Or maybe they're looking with, you know, through a different set of eyes. Maybe they don't see the things that they're getting. I don't know. But regardless. So I had to do this community service. I had, I don't know, 50 plus hours or something. I had something like that, you know. So had to do these 50 hours, right? And we had to go and clean up this, it was in Kent. It was like a park. We had to do like weeding and fix these little gardens up, you know. And I was just like all bummed out that I had to do this. But I was like, man, if I'm here, I'm going to put it in, right? Everybody else is like, you know, it's a bunch of juveniles, right? And they're all dicking around, you know, and I'm just like putting that work in. I was like putting in hard work, you know, just getting it done. Just get it done. Let's do this, you know. I'm not one to just putz around. And wouldn't you know, the whatever officer who's writing your, you know, times down and stuff, dude, I only had to do half of my hours, bro. They're like, dude, you work so hard. you don't have to come back anymore. I was like, what? They're like, yeah, because you did so much work. You did like 3 times as much work as these other people. You don't have to come back and finish your hours. I only had to do like I said, I had to do 50. I only had to do like 25.
Sounds like white privilege.
Dude, don't even pull that shit. You're terrible. Why is that white privilege?
I don't know. Maybe the black guy wouldn't have got to do half.
What is that supposed to mean?
What do you mean?
I'm sure they would have done the same thing.
Maybe.
Who knows? That's a different set of circumstances.
Don't know.
Don't know.
I was just joking, by the way.
Yeah, it's whatever. It didn't really bother me anyways. Whatever. It is what it is. But anything else you want to add?
I ain't got nothing.
What'd you eat on? Do you have anything good food on 4th of July?
Just grilled out some burgers.
You get those flaming yum burgers?
I don't know where you got those.
Heinen's.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I got something to tell you. So, this happened this week. So, when you raise your vibration up, I know I'm all over the place, but that's what it is. That's what you're going to get here on the Random. It just go from one thing to the next. So, when you raise your vibration up and you get frequencies, like, I'm telling you what, ever since I changed my thing and changed my way of thinking, things just happen like crazy, right? Like crazy set of circumstances of camaraderie or same experiences come out of nowhere. So one is shout out to Ford Decor. I had to go and pick up some tile stuff for the job. Really nice people. Nate, Jacob, Emmanuel. Anyways, I wanted this. I was like, there's this bench there. And I was like, here's a display bench. I was like, yeah, I'll give you $50 for it. These 2 guys out of nowhere just like, were like, hey, they started chatting up me. They're like, yeah, give them to him for $50. Like, totally on my corner, right? Like, I'm like, this is cool, right? Like, all of a sudden, the guy's like, yeah, I'll do this for $50. Kind of find out these 2 dudes are like just promoting me to get this little table, which I didn't need it. I just sort of like wanted it, you know? I don't know why. I just thought it was, I don't know. I don't even know. I just wanted it. So the universe was like, okay, you're going to get it then. So I didn't think they were going to sell it to me for $50. It was like over $200 table, right? These 2 dudes would start like champing me up, like, go give it to him. I'll pay the tax. From one dude was like this. End up exchanging numbers. End up getting the table for $50. Made 2 good friends now, Clayton and Bob. And but that's pretty cool. But you see, you raise your vibration, good things happen. You know, you meet good people, and they're like totally on my corner. I never met these guys before. Never talked to them ever for my life. You know. But that energy that you promote, it emits and releases to other people. Feel that energy, you know what I'm saying? So they're just like, whoosh, they mobbed up, and we got it. We got the table, $50. Bank teller looked at her nails. She had a palm tree on them, right? She's like, yeah. Some people think it's a spider. I was like, oh, that's cool too. I like spiders. We were talking about spiders the last podcast, you know, and I don't have a problem with spiders. She's like, yeah, I can see why people see it as spiders. Lo and behold, I told her about the story about when we went to, you know, we would take the school trip to D.C., right? And you know how it's all timed, you know, stamped everything. You have to be at this certain time, blah, blah, blah. It's like, blah, blah, blah. So, I mean, they gave us like no time at the Smithsonian, which I thought, in the Natural History Museum, which I thought was the coolest thing there, you know? Like, it was right down my alley. So we had to be for lunchtime, you know. Shout out to Miss Ballback, you know, she was running the show. You remember her. She like a drill sergeant, you know. And lo and behold, I don't know what you call a biologist, I don't know. But this sweet old lady, she was old. I hate to say it, but she was older. Comes out, and I'm like looking at the tarantulas. I'm like, man, these things are cool. They're a hot pink toe tarantula, right? I mean, crazy looking, like pink toes, you know, like in their body. And, you know, I wanted to be respectful to this scientist, right? And she's telling me all this information about the hot pink toad tarantula, you know? And I'm like, interested, and I'm like, and my dudes were like, dude, we gotta go. And I was like, this lady's sort of in her moment right now, you know? Like, she's older, you know? Like, just leave her have this time, you know? She's really enjoying telling me this stuff, you know? And I'm enjoying listening to it. So be it. It is what it is, you know? Anyways, oh, did we catch the shit when we came. Everybody there. Like, everybody, all the groups are there. And they're all looking around frantic for us. It was like the three of us, you know? And we finally show up. And Miss Ballback is just tearing us a new one. Like, just irate. Because we held up the thing, you know? The whole... We can't... They're like, well, we can't do this now. Blah, 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 blah. And I was like, wait, hold up. I was like, if you want to go and talk to the scientist that we talked to, because I didn't want to be rude and cut her off because she was in her glory telling me about the hot pink toad tarantula, then you go right on ahead. I was like, I didn't want to be disrespectful to this lady. She was in her glory. You could tell she was just so excited to have someone listen to her about her research, you know, and her information. And I liked it, you know. I like tarantulas. They're cool. But it changed her tone. Once she thought about it, I was like, go ahead, go and talk to the lady, you know? And I can't remember her name, but I did remember at that time because she had a little, you know, tag there, the scientist. And I was like, go ahead, go and talk to her. Go see if I'm lying. I was like, go right on ahead. Go up there. And she wouldn't do it. She knew I was not messing around. Lo and behold, guess who got Student of the Month that month? You're looking at him. Even though I held up the whole DC trip and I messed everything up, just because I had to listen to a sweet old lady tell me about the hot pink toad tarantula. But go back to this lady. I told this lady about the bank teller, about, you know, with the palm tree that looked like a tarantula, she said. I was like, it looks like a palm tree, but I can see it look like a tarantula. Guess what she says to me next? I tell her about the tarantula story. She goes, oh, that's really ironic. You know, I have a tarantula story too. I was like, what? She's like, yeah, my family got me a tarantula as a pet, right? And she's like, I can't have this. I kid you not. I cannot make this up. I'm like, what is in the world? Like, this is why the universe puts people in your life for a certain reason, to have this conversations and camaraderie and life together. Is that we're not all so different. We're all the same. You know what I'm saying? And so, what are the chances that she has a tarantula story that her family bought her a tarantula, right? And she's like, well, I can't have this thing around, blah, blah, blah. So she gave it to her uncle or something. This is funny. So tarantulas, right? They shed their ectoskeleton, right? So, you know, and then that's when they're super vibrant in their colors, by the way. When they fresh get out of there, like anything, like a snake or a reptile, where they shed their skin and they're super, like, colorful, you know? And, but anyways, she told me the story that she had to give the tarantula to her uncle, and he's like, man, I'm trying not to go in, like, the southern accent. I don't know why I do that. But he's like, hey, he's like, I think that tarantula was pregnant. And she's like, what? She's like, yeah, there's another tarantula in there. It was the skin that it shed, and he thought it was two of them. That it gave birth to, like, a real, like, size one, you know? Did not think it would be small. He thought that ectoskeleton was another tarantula that it gave birth to. I'm like, well, how the hell do you think it grew that big so fast? Like, but I'm not knocking on him, but I was like, you know, there's a little common sense there, right? Like, thing is not going to just be Goliath.
I think it's called molting.
Molting, yeah. Yeah, that's probably what it is. Sounds right. We'll go roll with it.
Yeah, why not?
Sounds good. It's close enough. I think it is called molting too, but it's pretty crazy how they do that. I mean, it's that is crazy.
Random.
Man,
That was
that'd
random.
be weird. I was just thinking about humans molting, but I think we do it on a smaller rate, like skin cells. But could you imagine, like, the whole skin, like, of a human,
Wait, your whole skin doesn't come off like that?
like in one piece?
Yeah.
Stop.
What do you mean?
Stop.
That doesn't happen to you?
Dude, just don't even go there.
What?
You're getting weird. You're getting silly.
I
What,
thought,
is that happening to you?
I thought that was everybody.
Oh, Lord. So help me, God.
You don't shed in one piece?
No. If I do, I'll be like that dude from Nothing But Trouble. I'll go save that shit for later. I'll go eat it,
shit.
put it in my tongue. It'd be like taking the body of Christ, that little wafer, just let it melt in your mouth. You know what I'm saying? Just dissipates like, shoo. You know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't know what you're
Oh,
talking
you never
about.
been to church?
Huh?
You ever been to church?
I don't eat skin.
I know, but you know, like when that little wafer thing,
Oh.
take the body of Christ and it like dissipates. Like that's what I think with like a piece of skin would go in your mouth. Like, I'm sorry, I don't know why I just said that. That's sort of weird. I was like, dude, are you like eating your own skin now, bro? Like, I do chew on my calluses though. Gotta get them son bitches off, man. I'll tell you what, I got the crazy. It is. Save that shit for later. Yeah, watch Nothing But Trouble. That shit's funny. Eating that skin. Dan Aykroyd plays a part in there. And it's a funny movie. And like I said, Tupac's in there too. With Digital Underground.
Okay.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay.
That's cool. Yeah, definitely a good flick. It's an old one, damn. Old one, but it is funny. You gotta watch it. Dan Aykroyd plays the part of the judge. And it's real funny. It's really strange, but I don't know. I think that's about. Oh, the one last thing about the spiders. I tell you, I almost got tagged by a black widow. Kid you not. Oh, I got a couple stories while we're out spiders. Man, crazy stuff. So down in Kentucky, I mean, every state has different animals and different insects and everything. And we had this dog, Colito Day. He was like a mountain dog. This dude, we'll talk about him later. I'd never seen a dog so smart in my life. I mean, this is backcountry dog. This dude was different. Anyways, he got this placemat, doormat all ruffled up, right? And luckily, he didn't get tagged. But, man, I go and fix that placemat. I put my hand right by a black widow. Didn't even know until I saw the damn thing, like, right by my hand. Thing was, like, big, you know, about, I don't know, silver dollar size. Thing was, I'd never seen one in person before, but yeah, they had an hourglass and everything. I was like, shit. I was like, could you imagine if this thing bit me? But my brother-in-law, he got bit by a brown recluse, right? And I don't know the terminology, but it dissolves, like it disintegrates your tissue, right? He didn't think it was that bad until like it started getting bad, right? And it started like, I don't know, it didn't really tell me into it. Like it probably started decomposing, right? Literally, they had to like, they found it, but I don't know how it spreads or if it continues to spread. But literally, they had to like take like a, you know how you get those fruit salads and they used a melon scoop so it looks like those little balls? Dude, that's what he described. They literally had to like melon scoop that dead tissue out and took like a divot out of his ass because it bit him in the ass. Crazy. Got divot ass. What would you say? I got hit by a golf ball real hard.
I'd probably say I got bit by a spider.
Nah, you'd be like, nah, you wouldn't be like. Nah, because then you'd be like, oh, I'm like Spider-Man. Nah, yeah, you think you got special powers.
I probably wouldn't think that.
Yeah, you probably would. Maybe not. You're not into that kind of talk or that kind of mentality.
Hmm?
You're not into that like supernatural stuff, honestly.
Nope.
You're pretty much Tombstone. Bleh. Anyways, I'm getting hungry. What are you doing for dinner?
I don't know.
Man, dude. Yeah, that's interesting. Melon scoop. But anyways, I think we're going to end this show. I think that was a good one, right? We went a little bit everywhere today, like always.
Yep.
Fireworks to spiders to fires to burning shit down, catching cases. Yeah, pretty much. Anything else you want to add? Anything to do 4th of July? Nothing?
Yeah, I think we're good.
Don't be shooting guns in the air. The damn thing got to come down sometime or another. Like, shit.
True that.
Like, it's like, that's just crazy talk. You know, like I don't know. I just don't see like you said. First, you're wasting ammo. Second of all, like the thing has to come down sometime or another, and gravity is gonna win that. That bullet's gonna come down and smash something, hit something, right? Could you imagine if you're just walking and all of a sudden, crazy? All right. Well, everybody, we're going to end on the note that we always end on the note. Do good, be good, get good, and love to love.
Oh, am I supposed to say something there?
If you want to. You don't usually say, you just stand there, look at me, or whatever. Whatever you please. Whatever floats your boat.
Bye, guys. Bye.
See you later, guys.
Bye.
See you 2 weeks from
See ya.
now.
Random. That was random.